Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afiq bin Nur Azmi, 1170842. Today, I'm going to present on the bioremediation approaches on environmental control. First, let's take a look at what is the content of my video today. So the first one is I will be going to present on the introduction, where I will be presenting on what is the bioremediation, what is the factor that influencing the development of bioremediation, and also the importance of bioremediation in environmental control. Next is the bioremediation in biotechnology, where we are going to discuss on types and method used in bioremediation. And then third one is the bioremediation in agriculture field. In this subtopic, we are going to discuss on what is the latest problem faced by the scientists and what is the latest discovery. And then the fourth one is the ultimate goal and challenges in bioremediation process, before we go into the conclusion part. So, what is bioremediation? According to Environmental Protection Agency of United States America, bioremediation can be considered as a treatment which uses microorganisms such as fungi and bacteria in order to break down pollutants into non-toxic substances. There are two ways of which bioremediation being carried out. The first one is the microorganism may be indigenous into the polluted area, or in another way is the microorganism is being isolated from somewhere else and then being introduced into the polluted area. So, what is the factors of development of bioremediation technique? The first one is the bioremediation looks unlike any other biotechnology. This is because bioremediation is the most environmental friendly and cost-effective method. A lot of other methods have been used, such as incineration and solidification. However, these methods are not being preferred as it produces secondary pollution. Next is the scale of the contaminated land and water challenge. As reported by European Environmental Agency, about 3 million sites is being polluted due to the numerous polluting activities, in which about up to 8% of it is very contaminated and need to be remediated. Next is the groundwater contamination is the most serious problem, as it cannot be seen. However, due to the numerous accidental spillage and unsatisfactory disposal, a proper remediation technique need to be used in order to sustain and improve the quality of the water. Next is the advantages of bioremediation. Basically, there are three main importance of bioremediation as compared to the other techniques. The first one is a complete destruction of wide variety of contaminant. Second one, it is less expensive, and the last one is it is environmental friendly method. There are two types of bioremediation. The first one is in situ bioremediation and the second one is ex situ bioremediation. In situ bioremediation can be said as a treatment in which involve the contact between microorganism and the contaminant. In situ bioremediation also occurs at the contaminated site. And then there are two methods being used in situ bioremediation. The first one is intrinsic and the second one is engineered, in which involve the microbial manipulation. And then there are two types of engineered in situ bioremediation. The first one is biostimulation and the second one is bioaugmentation. So, this figure demonstrates the difference between biostimulation and bioaugmentation. So, biostimulation can be seen as a treatment in which providing nutrient and water into contaminated soil. while bioaugmentation is a treatment in which providing microorganisms to the contaminated soil. So, this is the example of biostimulation, which is bioventing. Bioventing can be described as a treatment which provides nutrients into existing microorganisms. Bioventing uses a low-rate injection in order to provide only enough nutrient into contaminated soil to undergo microbial activities. Bioventing also used to stimulate aerobic biodegradation. Next is biosparging, which is another example of biostimulation process. In biosparging, the air or the oxygen is being injected into the saturated zone in order to increase the biological activities for groundwater remediation. Next is ex situ bioremediation. Ex situ bioremediation involves physical extraction process in which contaminated soil or water is being removed from the environment by biological organisms. And then there are only one method in ex situ bioremediation, which is engineered ex situ bioremediation, in which involves the use of microbial manipulation. And then there are three types of engineered ex situ bioremediation. The first one is bioreactor, landfilling, and biopile. So this is the example of biopile. Actually, biopile is an hybrid process between land farming and composting, which then the engineered cell is being constructed, named as aerated composted pile, which then being used for surface contamination of petroleum hydrocarbon. Next, so this is the bioslurry bioremediation system, which is one of the example of bioreactor in which the solid contaminant is being processed in engineered containment system or in the reactor. Pesticide is one of the most crucial things in agriculture. However, this pesticide has caused a lot of disadvantages towards human health and environment. For instance, organophosphorus insecticide, which is the most common fertilizer being used nowadays with global production of about 45%, has caused of 200,000 mortality cases due to the presence of organophosphate compound, which is very harmful towards human health. So, in bioremediation technology, what scientists has found is the enzyme phosphotriesterase-like lactonase, which is one of the enzymes that can be used in order to degrade organophosphate compound in the organophosphorus insecticide with high efficiency and environmental friendly. So next, what is the ultimate challenges in bioremediation process? The first one is developing mutual cooperation between numerous microorganisms. This is due to the limited efficiency of single bacterium as compared to the mixture of multiple microorganisms, which estimated to have a better efficiency in remediation process. Next is developing new strain for latest contaminant. As we all know, current rapid industrialization process has led to the presence of multiple newly found pollutants, which encourage the scientists to make more research in order to make a new strain to degrade this pollutant. And lastly is the probable adverse impact of engineered strain on human life. In fact, this technology may provide a solution for environmental control. However, there are no enough evidence which shows that this technology may be safe for human beings. In conclusion, bioremediation process is a promising and exciting technique to be used to overcome pollution's problem. However, a lot of studies and research need to be done to establish the use of bioremediation process on the environmental control. Thank you for your time. Stay safe and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.